this time is the perfect summer night. And those three words are spelled out in your eyes.
We are here today with a very special guest, a friend of the club's, Fillipo Costi of Selva Cigars. I wanted to introduce Fillipo to you because he's probably the most interesting person I've met in the cigar industry, and I wanted you to be able to see that for yourself and get the story behind Selva, a brand we'll be working with going forward. Okay, Fillipo, first of all, let's do a risk check with this guy. I mean, the details on Fillipo is something you have to pay attention to. I think people know that presentation means a lot in some ways, and when someone takes a specific and particular detail, attention to detail, it says something. So, what are you wearing on the wrist today?
Oh, that's an old Omega Speedmaster, maybe 40, 45 years old.
Wow. Johnny, can you get a close-up? You're on it? We'll get a shot of it later. Okay, so Fillipo, tell us about Selva, the origin of the brand, and where you come into the brand.
It's quite interesting. We have to do a kind of journey on time, because talking today about the tobacco industry, specifically the premium cigar industry, it's quite a different story of what used to be 25, 27 years ago, when Selva decided to start her journey and her adventure into a very specific industry that was, I would say, completely different from what it is now.
So Selva is a woman.
Selva is a woman. It's a mother, it's a daughter, it's a wife. And she stepped into the premium cigar world when it was quite difficult for the woman to get credit of her vision and her work.
Where is she from?
She's from Honduras. She grew up in France. As a matter of fact, her father is Honduran and her mother is French. So she combines the two cultures and let's say the two continents.
Wow. And 24 years of making cigars as a woman in Honduras, what you say the industry has changed. Is she getting more credit now for her work?
I think that she gets the credit through the consistency of her work. But I think that the main thing that changes is that 27 years ago, the cigar industry was very similar to, let's talk about the watches, to the watch industry. You have the Swiss made and the rest of the world. We used to have the Cuban and the rest of the world. But the rest of the world were essentially Cuban expatriated to Dominican Republic or to Nicaragua, that they wanted to somehow repeat what they were used to, what they learned, and part of their culture. So they were trying to do a Cuban cigar in another country, while the idea of Maya was to do something completely different, basically to do an Honduran product that would be recognized for its quality worldwide.
Wonderful. Do you have any cigars?
As usual, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all right, well, let's smoke some cigars. Holy shit, is this good?
You like
Wow.
it? That's it's Nicaragua puro. 100% Nicaragua.
Nicaraguan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, as you know, Maya Selva Cigar has basically 3 lines. 2 of them are from Honduras, that it's Flor de Selva, and Villa Zamorano, that, by the way, it's nominee as best cigar by Tobacco Business. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Can we say?
Course.
We do?
You can say whatever you want.
We do some advertising. So please go online and vote for your favorite cigar. And remember about Villa Zamorano for the Honduran Best Cigar 2021. Anyway, as said, we have 2 lines made in Honduras, that it's Flor de Selva and Villa Zamorano, and 1 puro, that it's the Cumpay, that it's made in Nicaragua. And it's so interesting to see how the same kitchen can make different dishes with different terroir, and each of them take us to a different experience. So now I'm enjoying a Flor de Selva Maduro Toro. I have to say that the Toro is available only in the US market, so Europe do not receive Toro. And it's one of my pleasure when I'm in US to have a Toro, Maduro or Classic. And Brian, you are smoking Cumpay, a Volcano Maduro.
This is unbelievable, by the way, and it's totally different from any Nicaraguan cigar, I would say, that I've smoked. It's just totally different. Maya has an amazing palate.
Yeah. It's the interesting thing also is that besides that she's the one that select all the tobaccos, and she decided on each blend. The interesting thing is that every line of ours, every size, every vitola has a specific blend. It's not just one blend in all the line, and it's all the work and experience of Maya to work out the best blend in the correct vitola for the specific smoker.
Who did Maya train with?
It's a very nice story. It's been with Plasencia when nobody was taking seriously a young lady. Nestor probably saw in her the determination and most of all the foresight of her ideas. And somehow he gave her the keys of a factory in a very imaginary scenario. But the compromise was that she would go through all the steps and the phases of the factory to know everything about the production of the cigars. And it's been a long journey. I would say that in that journey, one of the most significant date has been 5 years ago when Maya succeeded to have the cigar recognized officially by the Honduran government as cultural heritage of a country. And I think that this is one of those things that we should pursue all over the countries that are producing premium cigar. If we could succeed to have a group of countries that knows sincerely what is the cultural heritage of a premium cigar. We could do a great step forward to recognize the importance of the culture of a premium cigar. So I hope that in the next future, many other countries will succeed to get to that step, and this will for sure give a new point of view about our beloved cigars that they are always part of our days. My name is Fillipo Costi. I'm from Italy. Grew up a little bit in different countries, and so happy to be here today with Privada, that very quickly became a second family. So it's my pleasure to spend some time with you, and I hope we're gonna have more opportunity to share ideas, point of view, and projects together.
When the line between us just fades